Going a bit deeper into the actual composition of the borrowing volume at the moment, in the very beginning in the intro, you touched upon that you're tapping into under collateralized loans, which is a massive market, interesting in itself. Um, how does the loan approval process work, as Maple, at least at the moment, is exclusive to institutional and corporate borrowers?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that it works is that all potential borrowers on the Maple platform go through a KYC AML process. And that's performed by us in order to become an approved borrower on Maple. Then once you're an approved borrower on Maple, you're able to access the various pools that exist and therefore interact with the pool delegates that are on the platform. And so they are the roles that control whilst they are never custodying the funds, they're the ones that control the interaction with the borrowers to negotiate the terms and determine whether they're a worthy borrower to originate a loan from their pool. And so that's our real, if you like, bottleneck and gateway to the growth of the platform. We have the bottleneck in that they're performing the credit due diligence and ensuring only the best and most reputable borrowers come to the platform. But we're able to have many pool delegates across many borrower verticals into the future that will enable real scalable growth. And so that's where Maple is an infrastructure and a platform, not necessarily a lender. And so that's why we really see ourselves as being a technology company that will be able to facilitate an entire ecosystem and marketplace for borrowers to access all of their capital needs and lenders to access a bunch of different yield opportunities.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, building on that, how do you see the composition of the borrowing volume developing in the future?
Yeah. It's an interesting one because to date, we've been solely focused on crypto native market makers, and they've been a great source of risk return for lenders into the Maple protocol. These guys that we enable as borrowers on the platform are delta neutral, so they're not taking any market risk or any price of Bitcoin risk, if you like, so that they're only taking an arbing spreads. And that's been lucrative for us and been a great catalyst for growth and being the right risk dynamic for us to really enter the market and build a platform from scratch. As we look to the future, we want to break out into other borrower verticals. We still think there's a lot of growth that can be enabled through the market making sector. But our next real priority from a borrower vertical perspective is crypto miners. And so we'll be looking to launch in the next quarter a crypto mining pool and then expand that offering to a broader subset of crypto miners. We've seen a real development in that ecosystem where much more of the hash rate's moving back to North America. And so we think there's a real opportunity there for us and the pools that we can create there. And then longer term, we see ourselves developing into being not necessarily just crypto native borrowers. There's the potential for SaaS and fintech companies to come to the platform and access capital. And then longer down, when you really think about there's DeFi, there's TradFi, and the two are very segmented. We think in 5 years' time, or potentially even less, that'll just become finance again, and Maple can be a real instigator for that transition and for TradFi participants to access capital as a borrower and to lend capital through the Maple platform.
So lots of new use cases for future growth. That's great to hear.